Man, hashtag shout your abortion, huh? Yeah, liberals prove me right about them all the time. Women would argue with me because I would say, you celebrate your womanhood by feeling empowered to cancel the life of a child. You think it gives you power over a man to play a rogue judge against God's authority and his law against murder. You celebrate this, to which they would argue and say it's not something we celebrate. It's not like abortion is an easy decision to carry out. But I always saw through that, and here they are, celebrating, hashtag style, saying, shout your abortion. You can't make this stuff up. Nope.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
Now, you may be wondering where my background is right about now. I'm in accommodations out of state working on the Gosnell movie. So for the next month, these videos will be like the Zonation on Location edition. Anyway, as I was saying, feminists think abortion is the summit of their womanhood. Even when they try to save face and say that abortion isn't an easy decision, I would still ask, how can the decision at all be difficult if you don't think that the child is a human being? That's when it starts to register that, yeah, the only thing that can make that decision difficult is if deep down you know you're killing a human being. Deep down, you know that you really don't believe in equal rights because you're denying a child of theirs. Deep down, you don't believe in that liberal crap about coexisting because you want to shout your pride that you're for a woman not coexisting with the kid in her womb. These pro-abortion feminists go on and on with the fabrication that Planned Parenthood provides other services besides abortion. Meanwhile, the only reason why they support Planned Parenthood is because of abortion. Proof positive, hashtag shout your abortion. I notice these same women ain't saying shout your mammogram or shout your pap smear. Shout. Shout your mammogram. Shout your pap smear. Babies are being divvied up for their body parts, and women are celebrating themselves for selling them out. Y'all, I don't mean to suggest that this be taken lightly, but this kind of selfishness has always been. Why do these women murder their children? Because they believe that their lives will be better for killing their children. The Bible warned you of people like this who would pass their children through the fires of Moloch. Why did they do it? Because they believed their lives would be better for killing their children. People do the same evil. That so-called out-of-date Bible has always warned you about this. It's just that people are doing it in different ways, but the results are still the same. In earlier days, the child was burned to death from the outside. Today, the child is injected with a chemical that burns them to death on the inside. Oh, isn't that so much more humane? All just for the woman to be able to say she did what was best for her. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You liberals, and your brother's keeper collectivist mindset is a farce. And you liberals judge us conservatives for saying you have to be able to sustain yourself if you're gonna help someone else. You know, it's really helpful if you can swim if you're gonna save someone else from drowning. But in liberal world, it's not fair that you know how to swim and someone else doesn't. And if someone else is drowning, liberals think the best way for you to save them is to tax your hands and feet, ergo deprive you of your resources, which impede you from effectively helping others. The liberal, and yes, I said liberal, and I'm going to keep saying it. I'm not going to get suckered into their label switching and let them throw people off their rotten scent. They tried to claim the term liberal to deceive people. I say we use it against them to expose who they are. Even Malcolm X called out liberals for what they are. Anyway, the liberal demands that you be their brother's keeper, but will curse you for believing they should be their child's keeper. They'd rather kill the child than allow someone else to be a brother's keeper to that child. And liberals have purposely made adoption very complex so as to make abortion the easier decision. They can push their beliefs of collectivism, dependence, and death onto you but will flip out and accuse you of pushing your beliefs onto them if you push back with the belief of inalienable rights, independence, and life. I'm Alfonso Reyes with Zonation, and y'all, like I told you, a lot of people would think that you would have to see video of Jesus actually nailed to a cross and resurrected to believe it. No, you wouldn't. You would just say it's edited. And you would look for any reason to not believe it, no matter how much evidence is put before you. Just like you liberals insist that the Planned Poacherhood videos are edited. A defining characteristic of liberals is that they give the benefit of the doubt to what is evil, but won't believe you when you point that evil out to them. In fact, they'll see you as evil instead. Shout your mammogram.